The San Francisco 49ers had to make multiple roster moves after being short wide receivers at 49ers training camp just yesterday. The 49ers obviously aren't without Brandon Ayuk as he continues to go through contract negotiations, but you also didn't have Ricky Pearsall, who's dealing with the hamstring, no Jacob Cowling or Tay Martin, so they were pretty thin at wide receiver. So it's not a surprise to see the 49ers make a move and go out and get Frank Darby, wide receiver, formerly with the Falcons. He has now been added to the roster, but in order to make room for him, they had to make a corresponding move, and that comes in the form of waiving cornerback Keemon Hall from their 90-man roster as they needed the additional wide receiver help. Unfortunately for Keemon, he actually made a nice play at yesterday's training camp. He would have had a tackle for a loss coming off the edge off the left side, would have got Cody Schrader in the backfield. The 49ers have pretty quality cornerback depth right now, so they aren't really hurting from a, positional depth standpoint. So where they are feeling it is at wide receiver. And in regards to who the 49ers got, Frank Darby was drafted in the 6th round, 187th overall in 2021 by the Atlanta Falcons out of Arizona State. Now, he only had 2 catches in his career. He had 1 catch in 2021 for 14 yards, and he had 1 catch in 2022 for 15 yards. So clearly hasn't been a producer when he was with the Falcons, and likely was, just a back end roster type guy. Now, he is a quality energy guy. This is a guy that I watched while at the Senior Bowl. He has some skill and talent, just obviously hasn't got any opportunities to do much with it, but he will be added to the 49ers training camp roster. And as I mentioned, when you look at Darby, and again, he was a standout to me when I was covering the Senior Bowl in 2021 because he was constantly dancing. And it was funny. It's a correlation to me at that particular time because the San Francisco 49ers at that moment in time had Kendrick Bourne on the roster. And as we know, Kendrick Bourne is always dancing. So it was like I was at the Senior Bowl, but I was like, oh, we got KB with us over here vibing. At least that's what it felt like, but in the form of Frank Darby. So this is the 49ers newest wide receiver. And again, he has some skill. He is a smaller wide receiver. He isn't like a big framed type of guy. He will be able to work out of the slot, do things like that. He has some quality movement skills. So will he produce? Will he have an impact on the 49ers? That remains to be seen. This definitely just feels like a camp body at this current time, with obviously the issues with depth at wide receiver. So we shall see how it all works out. But again, the 49ers depth at cornerback is really strong right now. So it makes sense that they had to make a move and go get some more bodies for the quarterbacks, man. They got to be able to throw to someone, right? So these are the roster moves that just went down. Let me know what you guys think about this and let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.